I really want to be a catalyst for people to know that no matter where you start from, it doesn't determine where you can grow. I wrote out the words 2017 for two reasons. One, this font that I have doesn't have numbers. And two, because 2017 was a very long year, and I want to paint a picture for you on what that year looked like. I was competing with everyone for attention, for clients, for social media followers, for customers. I would not have told you, but looking back, I can tell you that my mindset was so scarce that I couldn't even see what destruction I was doing to myself with that attitude. I was overweight. I was never sleeping. I was up until 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning to take a nap and get back up and do it again. And I called it work ethic. I called it something that was going to get me ahead and make me better. And all I had to do was put my head down for long enough, and then I could get up and breathe. I had absolutely no boundaries with my team. I had no boundaries with my family. So it was always a race to get ahead of somebody else. But something had to change. And I kind of got to a point where I knew I had to flip the script. So the first thing that I learned and that I want to implore on you is that you're overanalyzing the steps that it's going to take to get something done. This particular photo that you're seeing is at the tree line of Pikes Peak. It was at about 10,000 feet, and this is where I started to die. Each one of the steps I was taking at this point were excruciating. What I remember from this moment was every step counts. Every single step counts. The littlest, tiniest steps. But thinking about what step is best doesn't count. So the next point that I think I almost missed, and I would have missed it if it wasn't for another conference similar to this that I went to, exploring that the joy is in the journey. We often say, when blank happens, then I can be happy. When I lose 20 pounds, I'm making 6 figures. When I hit that big sales goal, whatever it is, then I can be happy. And that is a bold-faced lie. It's about managing your fear. You're gonna have to stop talking about your fears so much and start proving to yourself that your fears are mostly nonsense, because they are. I want to talk about a board of directors. Some people just aren't your people, and it's time to get over it. Stop thinking about why they're not your people. We focus so much on changing people's minds to like us or to accept us or to believe in the same things that we believe in. Let the people that aren't your people belong to their people. They have people, they'll be good, you'll be good. And get responsible about tapping into the right people. Understand it's not personal. It's not personal when people don't connect with you. It's not personal when they're not aligned with you. But I often hear people saying, oh, you're not responsible for people's experience of your message. And I don't completely agree with that, but what I think is you are responsible for the integrity of your message. You're responsible for your message being true to who you are. You're responsible for the integrity of your message, but you're not responsible for people's experience of it. And if you're not making your opportunity or your products or your services obvious, people are not going to see them. We're so scared of people thinking that we're just trying to sell them something. Tell me how many apology letters you've gotten from Target. For real, how many? How many of you bragged on social media that you went in to buy milk and you spent $100? Told everybody about it? Your customers should be doing that with you. If you're not making your opportunity obvious or what you have to offer to them obvious, whether it's a product or a service, the answer is going to be no. So leadership. How do you develop yourself into a leader? How do you become a leader? How do you become somebody that wants to get up and do all of these things? And I want to be really clear about something. You have to get secure in leadership in order to grow. That doesn't look like what somebody else's leadership looks like. It looks like the evolution of you. Stop identifying how you need to be a leader like somebody else and start identifying how leadership looks different for you. Grit is one of my favorite words. Tapping into your grit is what's going to get you to your goal. How do I motivate the people that I'm working with? How do I motivate them to sell? How do I motivate them to do more? You can't. Inspiration can come from external sources. You can inspire people. It's really easy to work when you're inspired and motivated. Grit comes when the motivation and the inspiration is low or gone. The photo on the left is a picture that I took about a year ago. The reason I took that picture was I wanted to see myself at the finish line. You have to believe that you can do it. But when you apply belief to your goals and your dreams, your opportunities become endless. I want to talk about a taboo subject that nobody talks about, and that is this subject of advantage. Some people possess things that you don't to make their journey seem easier, and that's where I want to make the differentiation. It seems easier. Focusing on other people's advantages in life does not help you. You have to focus on your strengths and your advantages because you have them. It's easier to see other people's because their highlight reel is so pretty on social media. Your advantage is something you probably already know you have, but you probably want to push it down because that seems egotistical. You can focus on other people's strengths and differences, or you can figure out what your advantage is. And the other elephant in the room, you can't take care of anybody else unless you're taking care of yourself. Because women, sometimes we think we don't have that opportunity, like men can do that. They can just go take care of themselves, but we do. You already know where you're falling short. You know you gotta drink the water, or call your therapist, or hit the gym, and nourish your body, and you know you gotta do it properly. When you make those changes, like the weight that's sitting on your shoulders every day goes away. This is a picture from the end of 2017 and then on my 40th birthday at the end of 2018. There's about a year's difference. 20 years ago, I lost 88 pounds. Since then, I've been a competitive power lifter. I've run half marathons. I've done obstacle course races. When I got to this point of the picture on the left in 2017, I was so mad that I had to start over. You may regret what got you to the place of having to start over, but you will not regret starting over today and taking a year and making it better for yourself. Staying stuck is the only thing that determines your failure. I argue with myself every day. And some days the bed wins, and some days the treadmill wins. The treadmill just has to win a couple more times. I talk a lot about belief and consistency in business and health and wellness and whatever it is you're doing. Do not confuse consistency with intensity, and you're not going to be 100% all of the time. Sometimes consistency means just getting your ass out of bed. And sometimes consistency means you go and run that damn Tough Mudder through the feces. It's not as pretty as it looks on social media. Releasing blame. No one can do it for you. And you've got to forgive the people that you're blaming your shit on. Your kids, your husband, your job, your circumstance, the amount of money that you have. Okay, so this is literal feces on my face. If you start celebrating yourself a little bit more, what happens is you start liking yourself a little bit more, and then you start celebrating yourself a little bit more, and then this momentum thing happens. Your celebration starts to drive your success, and then your success starts to drive your passion. And you get more excited about it when you're more passionate about it. And people will laugh at you, and they will doubt you, and they will try to talk you out of doing things for your own good. But if you pay attention, more people will support you and buy from you and join you and celebrate you. But we're focused too often on the wrong people. You'll elevate yourself to the people that support you the most, and you'll take yourself down if you focus on the people that don't. And the last thing that I want to share is a simple sentence. I want to encourage you to recognize that you're enough. Journal about it, talk about it, get your tribe together and take those 15 points that I pointed out and see how you can apply them to your life. But do me a favor and focus on the positive side of it, because it's really easy to allow yourself to focus on the things that aren't going well.